Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast for the Northeast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. So we look at the hazards map here, a very wintry look to the hazards map. They got the pink shading here in Illinois and Iowa. We got winter storm warnings in effect, winter weather advisories dotting the area from the eastern Corn Belt into the Northeast region. Freeze warnings in the purple shading there, and some frost advisories as well. So again, a very purple, blue, and pink map this morning. The temperature map here at 5:45 on Friday morning. Looking very early spring as well. We've got some warm air, some moisture feeding northward from the Gulf of Mexico as an area of low pressure travels across this region here on our Friday. Cold air coming in around on the backside here, and that is helping feed some of that snow right now across portions of the eastern Corn Belt. We can see the storm system well here on the satellite picture, stretching from the Central Plains into the Great Lakes. We've even got some thunderstorms overnight from eastern Kansas into the Ozarks. Those are beginning to weaken as we head into our Friday morning, but here's a look at the radar. We've got those heavy rain showers and thunderstorms across portions of Missouri and Illinois, and then north of that, we've got the snow from Iowa into northern Illinois, getting into the Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan borders as we head through the mid-morning as well. The high-resolution NAM model will time this storm system out as it travels from west to east, moving into portions of the northeast region here as we head through the overnight into Saturday. There's a look at just the period from Friday into Sunday morning. Let's go ahead and time it out now. Expecting this precipitation to begin to spread into western portions of Pennsylvania and New York by the time we get to the lunch hour in the form of some light snow, maybe some rain across southern and western, or that should be southwestern and southern portions of Pennsylvania. I do think western Pennsylvania will be kind of the rain-snow split. Let's head into Friday evening now, 6 p.m., the Friday evening commute, if this were maybe normal times here in society, but if you are commuting home around 6 p.m. this Friday evening, a rain-snow line here across northern Pennsylvania. We'll have some snow falling across the southern half of New York into northern Pennsylvania, southern Pennsylvania into New Jersey. We'll be talking about a cold rain. Now, as we head into the overnight, this is when things will really begin to spread across much of the rest of the Northeast region here as we get into about midnight on Saturday night, getting into sunrise on Sunday morning. This thing's starting to pull off to the east, but some snow falling across portions of New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, and southern Maine. As we wake up on Saturday morning, rain showers across the coastal areas of the mid-Atlantic. Those will come to an end as we get into the midday hours on Saturday. This will be 1 p.m. on Saturday, heading into 6 p.m. on Saturday. Finally quiet across the Northeast in terms of precipitation, but we'll be watching this frontal boundary off to the northwest for the chance for some additional precipitation as we head into the day on Sunday. So here's Saturday midnight, Sunday midnight, getting into Sunday 6 a.m., Sunday now noon. Starting to see some of those rain showers spreading into the region as we get into the Sunday afternoon period. So where's the snow going to fall? The accumulating snow, you can see the corridor here stretching from, again, eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, northern Indiana, northern Ohio, southern Michigan, and then getting into the Pennsylvania and New York border, and it's right across this area. Some areas here could pick up maybe 4, 5, 6 inches of snow. I think most are going to see 3 to 4, but that is still a good dose of snow for this time of year. We'll be seeing some blustery conditions as well as this first storm system moves through. We're going to see the strongest winds with this first wave Friday into Saturday on the warm side of the storm system. So as we head into Saturday, I apologize, as we head into a Friday night into a Saturday morning, we'll see those winds gusting at times anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour across portions of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Not quite so blustery on the north side of the system. We'll see those winds begin to ramp back up as we head into the day on Sunday, though, as that next frontal boundary begins to move in. So Sunday, you can expect those winds gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour across much of the Northeast region as well. So we're going to watch some interesting evolutions here with the jet stream. As we head into the end of the weekend into early next week, we're going to see kind of split flow emerging here across the west. And what I mean by that is we've got a very strong burst, strong wave coming across the Pacific Ocean right now, noted by those red shaded colors. But then we see the northern stream kind of break off, the southern stream break off around this split and then come back together across the east. And this is a drier pattern across this region. It's also a cooler pattern across the region. So as I just kind of animate this, we'll watch a couple of waves. The first here, let me take the drawings all the way off. I put a lot on there. All right, there we go. We are on Monday now. Watching this wave come in from the north. So watching this powerful trough rotate around here. This could bring some precipitation and some cooler temperatures as we head into Wednesday. We're going to be watching the southern stream, this wave coming around here Wednesday into Thursday for the chance for some heavy rain and maybe some severe weather across this region. So cool impacts off to the north, and then the warm rain and severe weather off to the south. We'll watch the response at the surface with our surface moisture here, precipitable water. Here's the system moving across portions of Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio into the northeast region as we head through Friday into Friday night and Saturday morning. Seeing cool, dry air come in on the back side of that one. Here comes our next frontal boundary now, the one that brings some precipitation on Sunday. We're dealing with marginal moisture there, but as we get toward the very tail end of the weekend into Monday morning, maybe just enough moisture here to get some heavier precipitation across coastal areas here of eastern Pennsylvania, getting into Jersey, maybe Long Island, getting some of that heavier precipitation Sunday night into Monday morning. Another push of drier air comes in on the backside Monday night into Tuesday. Then we see yet another frontal boundary coming through the region, another moisture-starved one that could bring a shot of cooler air and maybe some light precipitation to the region. So let's put this all together, see if we are right with our expectations here with the precipitation forecast from the European model. We'll bring it back, quickly watching the first storm system cut across the Pennsylvania-New York border into regions east from there, with that snow overnight into the early morning hours tomorrow. Quiet late Saturday into Sunday morning. As we head into Sunday, we'll watch for that chance for some light rain showers, maybe a few snow flurries heading into Monday morning, and then maybe some heavier precipitation across eastern Pennsylvania, getting into Jersey, the Long Island area here as we head into Monday morning. And then here comes our next system out of the north coming in here as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. So almost daily chances for these light precipitation events that aren't going to amount to a lot, but kind of keep the pattern unsettled and a little bit unpleasant here when you factor in the cooler temperatures. So total precipitation over the next 7 days, taking it all the way to April 24th, where you see the blue shading, that's over half an inch. Get to the yellow shading, that's where we're talking about an inch or more, and then the green shading off to the north, that's where we're talking about just a few tenths of an inch. So from lightest to heaviest as you head north to south across the region. So portions of, upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, a few tenths of an inch as you head into, the rest of New York, getting over towards coastal areas. That's where we're heading towards more like a half an inch to maybe an inch or more of precipitation. When we talk about that being, a departure from average, that is a drier pattern. Again, kind of just, we can almost draw a north-south line here from the Canadian Prairie into the Corn Belt off into the northeast, where things are going to be on the drier side compared to average. Not completely dry. I just showed you we have, every day or 2 days we've got opportunities for light showers or light flurries. But by and large, the heavier, more significant precipitation and that chance for severe weather going to be confined off to the south and the southeast. Here's a look at the next 7 days in terms of a temperature departure from average. And so again, you see the green shading here. We are among the coolest places in North America here, with those temperatures anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees cooler than average overall over the next 7 days. I'll look at your high temperatures then today. These maps show the high temperature with the number, and then on the shading there, that's where you're looking at, how far above or below normal is that high temperature for this time of year. You've seen a lot of purple and blue shading across this region here from the southern plains into the Corn Belt in the northeast. That's where temperatures are, again, look at the shading, 15 to 25, in some instances 30 degrees cooler than average across the central plains into the Corn Belt. Those high temperatures in the 30s and 40s today. 40s, maybe low 50s across the south tomorrow. On Sunday, moderating even more, keeping it, again, still about 5 to 15 degrees cooler than average. Those highs in the 50s on Monday, 40s and 50s on Tuesday. And again, that's just because we keep getting reinforcing shots of cooler air across the region. You see how it starts to warm up slightly across the west, across the central plains, but just not tapping into that across the northeast region. So your overnight lows, waking up tomorrow to temperatures again below freezing across much of the northeast region. Here's your morning temperatures on Sunday. And then I'll look at those Monday morning temperatures, a bit warmer in the west, a bit warmer in the east, but we'll see that next shot of cooler air follow here. So again, no real warm days to be found here over the next 5 to 7 days across the northeast. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend.